Acts and the epistles, this is number 13, Acts and the epistles do nothing, but they do nothing to overturn the Genesis gender roles. We see the women who are servants, ministers, deacons, hospitable. They hosted house churches. They were mothers to the apostles spiritually. They evangelized, prayed, prophesied, learned, trained other women, ministered alongside their husbands. None of that is an argument against what we're saying today. They're usually used as straw men. See, they do this, therefore they can be pastors. That's not the argument. The reality is they are never voted into pastoral office or even seen to be wanting that, except for in the context of rebuke. They're never even seen preaching to a church congregation or being in whatever looks like in any way authority over husband or men in the church. Now we'll say, what about Priscilla? Didn't she sit down with her husband and discuss theology and correct a man of God? Yes, and every gal should be doing that. Sitting down with people in the church and correcting stuff and having discussions around the Word of God. Also, the fact that her husband is literally present doesn't help their case on that. Priscilla was a Bible-loving woman, knew what she was called to. And that didn't stop her from getting into some of the theological discussions with Apollos. But number 14, Acts and the epistles, in fact, reinforce the gender roles of Genesis 1 to 3. They don't go against it, they in fact reinforce it. Because even when we do see Paul's command, get those gals to train the other gals. Get the older women to train the younger women. Teach them. In Titus 2, verse 4 and 5, what they're to train them and teach them to do is not some next to the pastor's women's pastor, but rather, and so train the young women to love their husbands and children, to be self-controlled, pure, working at home, kind and submissive to their own husbands, that the word of God may not be reviled. The calling remains in a normative sense, in an authoritative sense. Wife, mother, homemaker. The same brand of godliness as every other book of the Bible.